Hi, I'm so excited to tell this story. This just happened recently, 2 nights ago, March 4th. And I and 6 other intactivists led a protest in Brooklyn at the Brooklyn Academy of Music. The Clinton Foundation was giving a talk, and I made acquaintance with a local intactivism group, intaction.org, and the founder had asked me if I had let him know that I'm game for any activism, or if he needs any help with anything really, because I feel strongly about banning circumcision. Actually, due to non-consent, only in medically necessary, of course. So anyway, this is what these groups believe, and I'm very adamant about it also. So turns out that Anthony Squadro from intaction.org told me that we're going to pull a protest at the Clinton Foundation, and the plan was to buy a ticket and go inside and actually stage a protest right in there. And I said, listen, I'm game. Let me think about it. So anyway, the upshot is I agreed to do it with a number of other guys. Proud to have met these guys. Their names: Anthony Squadro, of course, the leader of intaction.org, and David, Rob, George, Kevin, Nick, and me, of course. I'd like to thank you guys for going out on a limb and doing this all. I was glad to be part of it. But so the plan was, Anthony tells me, that there's a movement now underfoot in the world, around the world, called the Bloodstained Men, where they don overalls with a blood stain on it in the crotch area to signify that we've been cut, we've been maimed, defaced, mutilated. I agree wholeheartedly with that, and so that was the plan. We actually did buy tickets to the event. We all planned to sit together and bring these overalls in, the Bloodstained Men uniform, and we were going to plan to chant at a certain point in the program. We were going to get up, stand up, arm in arm, after donning these this bloodstained uniform, and chant. Actually, the chant is this: "Stop exploiting Africans. Circumcision does not stop AIDS. Stop exploiting Africans. Circumcision does not stop AIDS." So, well, it turned out that we couldn't really get the uniforms on. It was such close quarters. So what we did was, at the signal, Anthony told me that the plan was this: at the signal, we hold hands, stand up, start our chant. But to signify this, Anthony had a whistle. So actually we were supposed to stand up, and then he was supposed to whistle to get the crowd's attention. Well, let me tell you how it went. We locked arms, we stood up, Anthony blew his whistle, and the crowd was stunned. Actually, it was sort of a medium-sized theater. Clinton, Bill Clinton, Chelsea Clinton, and Ed Norton, the actor, are on the stage. And this was probably halfway through the program. And we stood up. Pretty much everyone's in shock. Anthony blows the whistle. We're arm in arm, hands upstretched, to signify the strapped down baby. So we're giving our chant: "Stop exploiting Africans. Circumcision does not stop AIDS." Pretty much it's silent. And I'm surprised no one's coming over to us. They're really all in shock. So we gave a few chants, and I believe Bill said something to the fact that, okay, now you've had your say. Now let me explain that circumcision has been proven to, I believe he went into, I heard him say something about stops AIDS 60% of the time, or by that point, Anthony LaSquadra started a chant of condoms not cutting, condoms not cutting. I joined in with them with a few chants of that, and pretty much we had made our point known. Anthony didn't really want to engage in a debate. That really wasn't the place. We just wanted to make our point known. In other words, this was a gathering of potential contributors to the Clinton Foundation, and the Clinton Foundation and the Gates Foundation and affiliates are planning to circumcise millions of African men in the mistaken belief that that will stop AIDS. Now, it's obviously ridiculous that you're going to tell people that if you get circumcised, does that mean now you could have sex without a condom? I mean, that's irresponsible. Everyone knows that you should wear a condom to be responsible. So what's the purpose of the circumcision? It just makes no sense. We believe there's a lot of people trying to gain something or other with this plan. But anyway, it's misguided. And so anyway, Anthony didn't want to engage really. We really made our point. And at one point, I did want to say something further. And what I did say was, out to the Clintons right out there, I said, at some point, hopefully there'll be a video made. Because there is a picture out there, which I'm going to put up right there. There's the picture. There's us. And I believe Kevin made this picture up. It's great. It tells it all right there. There's the stage and there's us. So he really wanted to get out of there. So we started walking out, and surprisingly nobody was rushing over to push us out or anything. So anyway, what I did say, I forgot to tell you. The point, the problem with this circumcision thing, Mr. Clinton, is that if you tell Africans that now we're going to circumcise you, now you're going to be more or less safe from AIDS, they're certainly not going to wear condoms. And the problem will be worse. As we've said, John the Other has said, and many of us at A Voice for Men, and many activists said, you're going to kill more millions of people in Africa by giving them the false security that now if you get circumcised, you're pretty much okay. You're not going to spread AIDS. That's false. These studies are invalid. And I'd like the Clinton Foundation to know, actually, if I had stuck around a little bit more, I would have said this to Bill Clinton. And I'll say it right now. Mr. Clinton, I believe that you probably, most of what you're trying to do in Africa is probably laudable, probably a good thing, but this circumcision thing is just wrong. It's based on junk science, it's not ethical, and there's no truth to it. Condoms and education are the answer. So that's what I would have liked to say further, but I did make my my point, and we exited, and really everyone was pretty much stunned. I think for a short time I heard a few boos. I don't think some people were appreciating that we were interrupting things, but I think this had to be said. This is a good thing to do to stop the mutilation of infants against their consent. This is education, and there's a mass wave of intactivism, intactivists the world over. People are wising up. So as I said, we started on the way out, and I was happy how it went. Really, we spoke our mind, and we were leaving. I wasn't arrested. I did hear them say on the way out, make sure they get out. They were all making sure that we actually did leave. There were 7 of us. A couple of us filmed it. And 4 of us were actually going to be blood-stained men. I was proud to be one of them. But we did get outside, and we were like all slapping each other on the back. And we're all happy, and we're walking down the block a little bit, and a couple of Secret Service guys come up behind us, and they want to talk to us. They're very friendly, and it was pretty cool actually. These big burly guys in like dark black overcoats, and they're really asking us, you know, do you have a leader? Why were you here at the protest? And they sort of appreciated the fact that we were well behaved. We actually threw ourselves out more or less, and they were glad that they could. It was pretty obvious to them that we were just passionate about banning, stopping circumcision, and you know, that's what we were about. They didn't really think that we were any terrorists of any sort, but they did ask us, do you have a leader? Do you have any? Are you a part of a group? Are you a part of a group? I really wasn't volunteering any information, but basically we were all just there to spread the word that circumcision is wrong. This is not the answer to stopping any disease, and you know, these Secret Service guys, they sort of like they said, well, okay, that's cool. They didn't even ask our names. But I did sort of, I have a big mouth, I sort of said, hey, you don't know the half of it. You don't know what the plan really was. And, you know, about putting on the overalls with the blood stain and all. That would have been much more dramatic, but good thing I caught myself. I'm saying to myself, what am I going to tell them the whole spiel? Now they are going to follow me home. But no, it worked out well. I was so happy to do that. There's a lot of press, actually. I really didn't think there would be any press, because when we were there, I didn't see any cameras, you know, any press coverage that I knew of. But you know, I guess there probably was, and I guess, well, since something exciting did happen, there is some news. If you just do a search on Facebook, intaction.org, they have a page on Facebook, and you'll see a bunch of pictures. And great comments, man. There's millions of comments already, you know, on the web. blogs.browardpalmbeach.com. Do a search of circumcision protest. There's a great article there. You could read all about how we all bought tickets, and Anthony Lasquadro, I have to salute you, man. You're doing so much good work, man. I don't know where you get the energy, but I'm on the bandwagon with you guys. Check Facebook, like I said. Just do a search. You'll find all kinds of things. The Black Informant. It's really been caught by the news services. Here's Circumcision's News. There's an article there. Intact America has a lot of coverage right there. Of course, intaction.org, Anthony's website. Read all this stuff there. It's amazing. Also, the HeraldOnline.com. Do a search of human rights activist demand. I love that. Check out the headline on that, man. Human rights activist. That's exactly what we are. That's what this struggle is for. So check all that out information. I was glad to be a part of it. And again, guys, Anthony and the rest of you guys, I salute you. Hope to do it again. It's funny, we were talking amongst ourselves while we're in there. You know, whispering here and there. It was of course we couldn't really speak about it because we were lined up outside for a good while. It was cold out, but we had to keep it under our hats. But of course we had to speak amongst each other, and we had to sort of hide these overalls. And I'm sure people around us were definitely wondering, what are these guys up to? You know, they're whispering, and you know, every once in a while you hear, hey, what group are you with? Or you know, where are you going to hide it? You know, jeez. So, but anyway, we did get in, and they didn't really frisk us that that much at all. I mean, I would have liked to have brought an audio recorder or something. But, or even my own video camera. But some of the guys had video cameras and digital cameras, and I'm sure the video is going to come out really good. But also when we're inside, of course, we were inside for a long while. It was a beautiful theater. I've never been there. Brooklyn Academy of Music, an opera house, a medium size. I'm glad as soon as we got in there that it was really not a humongous auditorium, because I knew we were going to get pretty good seats. We had paid for orchestra seats. Killed me to give him money, but you know, in the name of activism. So anyway, we got some pretty good seats. I was saying we're probably maybe 60 feet from Clinton, the Clintons, Chelsea, Bill, and Ed Norton. And so yeah, it worked out well. Also, like I meant to say, we were in there for a good while, and I'm sure people around us, because the lights were on for a while, we were there, and you know, it's very easy to overhear people next to you. I wonder if people around us were wondering, what are these guys saying? But yeah, we were sort of like even whispering to each other, geez, these people around us are going to have a story to tell tomorrow. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to have a story myself. So what happened was, we realized that we're really in cramped quarters. Anthony's a big guy. So I'm thinking, gee, how is he going to get these overalls on while we're seated? You know, barely 1 inch between our knee and the seat in front of us. I'm figuring, yeah, whatever. But, you know, when the time came and we started taking these overalls out, ready to put them on, I'm fiddling with mine, and I realized that it's sort of taped up. So I was able to untape it, and fiddling around, looking around, trying to find the feet. I knew I couldn't find the feet. And Anthony next to me was realizing, seems like Gary's having trouble finding which way is up with this thing. So I guess he figured that, look, he texted whoever had phones around in our group. We did all sit really in one row, except for a couple of the cameramen. You know, to ditch, we're not going to do the overalls. We're just going to do the chant, stand up and do the chant. So that's how it worked, and I'm so happy how it went. On to the next one, man.